weightlifter applies 5 newtons of force on the weight. However, he is unable to move it. What is the work applied on the dumbbell? So we start off remembering our work equation, which is given by this, where F is equal to force applied, delta X is the displacement on the object, and theta is the angle between the force and the displacement. So we can apply this to our situation. By our equation here, the force is going to be equal to 5 newtons, and delta X is going to be equal to 0, since the question says he does not displace the object. So the work is going to be equal to 0, and this is the work being applied to the dumbbell. So an important takeaway is that even though he's applying force, it does not mean he's applying any work on the object. Additionally, it's also possible to do negative work. So if you're given this situation here where a guy applies a 5 newtons force to the left and the object is displaced by this delta X equals 6 meters, in this case the guy is applying force opposite to the direction of displacement. So if we use our equation here, we have force equal to 5 newtons, we have delta X equals 6 meters, and theta is going to be the angle between F and delta X. So if we draw our F vector going to the left and delta X vector going to the right, this angle here is going to be 180 degrees, and that's the angle between them. So if we plug those in and then we compute the amplitudes and the units, 5 newton times 6 meters is equal to 30 newton meters, and then cos 180 degrees is equal to -1. We get negative 30 joules. So this is the work being done on the object by the guy. Important to note, despite the guy applying force on the object, since the displacement is in the opposite direction, the work he applies is negative. There's some other force being applied on the object that is causing it to have a displacement to the right, and this force is doing positive work on the object. So we can just conclude that work can be positive, negative, or 0 depending on the case, and it follows this equation on the right.